Hey, it's David with Nobility Marketing, and hey, just want to go over another one of Tai Lopez's lessons. As you know, I invested in one of his programs, which he calls the 67 Steps to Success, and he has calls them the 4 pillars of life, which are health, wealth, love, and happiness. And basically, he's got a program where he calls 67 steps, basically 67 days of gradually improving yourself, self improvement. And one of the segments, basically a lot of his segments are usually anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour long. And what I want to do is just get some key takeaways that I learned, and just kind of share them with you, and hopefully you get some value out of them. And try to summarize it real quick. But this one that he talks about is he calls the law of 33%, and basically what is mainly about is seeking out mentors, using mentors to help shave off the learning curve. Shave off years of your learning curve. And so, what does it mean by 33%? He says, you got 16 hours that you're usually awake on average during the day. He says, divide that into thirds. So, and it's not set in stone. Have to be 4 or 5 hours exactly all the time, but just as a guideline, as a rule, use 1/3 of the time to spend time with people that you can mentor. Okay. The other time, what you want to spend time with are people that are in your same level, your coworkers, close friends. And then he says that the last third, what you want to do is spend time with people that are 10 or 20 years ahead of you in whatever you are wanting to accomplish, whatever you want to learn, whatever you want to be successful at. And you want to spend that third of the time with those people. Now he says what happens a lot of times is there's some pitfalls that you need to be aware of when you're seeking out a mentor. Some mentors, he says, they're great mentors, but they're not professional teachers. So they might be a little bit rough on the edges, and it's your job to seek out the information that you want from a mentor. And I'm sure during your life you've reached out to somebody and you want to learn, and you want to that they're good at their trade or whatever profession that they're in, and you want to learn, but sometimes they're not great teachers. But it's your job again to seek out what you need to find out, what you want to find out. So he also he goes into a little bit about how we were taught in school, the traditional way of learning, and how we were taught to it was through audio, through visual, and through kinesthetics. And audio being you go to a classroom and you listen to your teacher, your instructor. Visual, you kind of see what's going on the board, and show pictures or books. And then the other part is kinesthetics. What he talks about that, what he means by that is, you a lot of times, remember in grade school, you were picked to go up to the board and solve a problem up on the board. So you go and go do it, go solve the problem up on the board. But he says another way that's real important to learn, and he talks about this in his lesson, but I'm not going to go into that real quick. But he talks about osmosis, how it's real important to learn through osmosis, just by watching people, just by seeing their mannerisms, watching their mannerisms and how they do things. And he says that's real important. And again, he's got great examples of those learning through osmosis. But anyway, those are just to summarize, that's mainly what it is. And I guess the key takeaway, that 33%, when you're thinking about your day, try to spend time with again, people that you can mentor, people, spend some time that people that are at your same level. And then the other 33%, spend time with mentors, people that are 10, 20 years ahead of you, and whatever you're seeking to learn. I'm sure everybody has goals and things that they want to learn and get and improve on, and that's what he make sure you do spend time in finding a mentor. He said, it's a lot of times they're not perfect. Some of the mentors out there, some of the good mentors, they don't have a lot of time. They're busy, working their jobs, working in their professions, and it's your job to seek out the information that you want from them. Anyway, hope this helps. Another example that he talked about was a lot of times when you are with the mentor and you're they're teaching you something, and a lot of times you're spending time with them, and you don't think they're teaching you something. You're not. It's like, why me? Why are you showing me this? This way of doing things, or a lot of times you don't understand why they're showing you something. And a great example he talked about was the Karate Kid, how Mr. Miyagi was showing him, how to paint. He told him to paint his fence, and then wash his car, and the Karate Kid just had no idea why Mr. Miyagi was showing him how to do all this stuff. But it's like, this isn't karate. So there was that point when I think his name was Danielson. He got frustrated. It's like, Mr. Miyagi, why are you showing me how to paint a fence and how to wax a car? And I thought you were going to show me karate and how to defend myself. And so that's at that time, that's when he told Danielson to start, do that motion of painting the fence. And so while he's doing that, Mr. Miyagi kind of throws a punch at him and he blocks it. And that's when he realizes that he has been, now he understands why he was being told to, paint the fence and wax the car. But anyway, a lot of times it's not perfect. You think you're not learning from your mentor, but learn from, through osmosis. Learn, watch their mannerisms, and learn as much as you can. But anyway, I hope this was helpful. That his lessons are great. He goes into a lot more detail, but I just wanted to explain what he means by the 33%. And do your best to spend time mentoring people, spend time with people that are in your same level, and the other 33%, try to seek out mentors that are 10, 20 years ahead of you of where you want to be, and spend time with them. And again, it's your job to seek out the information from them. And I'm also putting some books on. There's a link if you are interested in any books. I get access to some free books, and they're just random books, self-help books, books about home improvement, or books about business, and just random books. I'll just put books on there, and usually in those books there's a page in there. If you click to get more information, I'll put some information there about Tai Lopez's 67 steps, and if you're interested in getting more information from his lessons, click on it and you'll get the information. But anyway, hey, hope this was helpful. Hope you got some value out of it. Again, my name is David with Mobility Marketing, and thanks a lot for listening. You all have a great day. You all be careful. Be safe. Thanks. Bye.